Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sama. In this video, I want to share this with you guys, right? I saw this video previously, but I was like, let me just jump on past and just leave it because, it's that kind of topic that when you address, well, I've gotten into trouble in the past for addressing a topic like that, which I basically say that we as women should, think about how we dress. We don't need to show our body to prove any points and stuff like that. And anyways, I won't go into all of that. But I just said, let me just jump on past because we're coming to that day and age where if you tell our fellow women, you don't need to show your body to prove any point, you don't need to show your body to be beautiful, you can still dress up, cover your body and be, beautiful. Or if you say, oh, look, men don't even have to do this. They don't have to show their bodies to prove any point. Why do women, see the need? And if you say that, you are a bad person. We have come to that day and age where if you say something like that, you are evil, you are whatever, you are a hater, you are jealous, you are over-sabi, you are whatever. But if you come out and say, let's strip, let's take off everything, let's show the world what we've got. How do you talk? Show what your mama gave you, you encourage other women to, basically come out with nothing on. You are the good person. Unfortunately, it seems like it. We've come to that day and age. But anyways, like I said, when I came across this video, I thought to myself, like, why is that even necessary? But I said, you know what, I'll jump and pass. But the other day I went to make my hair and my hairdresser was, played this video and we just had a conversation about it. I said, you know what, there are some times when something happens, I feel like, okay, maybe because I'm not that person that will say, and the Lord told me. No, I will say, okay, if I jumped over this topic and the topic followed me somewhere else, I'm like, maybe it's a sign that maybe God wants me to talk about it. Or maybe it's a sign, if you don't even want to believe in God, maybe it's a sign that, okay, you know what, do a video and talk about it. At the end of the day, I'm not coming here to tell anybody how to dress or whatever. We're all adults. We should know how to dress. We should decide how we want to dress for ourselves. Now, I'll let you guys watch this video. Yeah, so apparently this lady is a Nollywood actress. My hairdresser was saying is Yoruba actress because I didn't even know her. So, but she was saying I think she's Yoruba side. So maybe that's why some people may not even know her. So she was at a party and she was dressed like that. Okay. I don't want to make it about her per se, but I want it to be a topic we can all discuss, rub our minds about. So the thing is this, right? How I feel about it. I've always heard comments from people that say, our African ancestors did not wear clothes. Whatever, we were not born with clothes. All of those things they say. And they make it look like Africans were the only ones that were once without clothes. Human beings all over the world, as far as history has told us, we all used to be cavemen. Is that not what they called it? When there was no civilization. People lived in the wild. You know what I mean? So it is not an African thing. Even the white people used to have no clothes. Don't forget there was no time, there were no manufacturing companies that manufactured fabric and clothes and, all of this. No, there was a time when there were no shopping centers, shopping malls. There were times when there were no online shopping. People don't realize humans have come a long way. There was a time where what they could even wear were animals they killed, and they took the skin of the animals to protect themselves from the cold or whatever. So that was then, that was life of that time. So don't be saying our African ancestors, even Oyibo people, there was a time they too had no clothes. All humans had no clothes. But we've evolved. What is evolution? We have evolved. We have come to the point where, what they talk about, societal norms. There is a reason why there is something called societal norms. Well, we've come a long way from the caveman age to the point where we live a different life. We cover our bodies. We cover our nakedness. We try to be, presentable when we come outside. But somehow it seems that when humans evolved from the Stone Ages and came to the point where humans now wear clothes, right? Men have kept their clothes on and have never taken them off. It seems to be that it's only women that see the need to always want to prove points with their bodies. I made a post one day on Facebook. I said, look at people like Oprah. But look at how she has become who she became. She didn't need to show any part of her body to become who she is right now. Why should you? When you look at powerful women in history, they didn't have to achieve anything with their bodies. You see, another thing I actually want to talk about is when they talk about objectification of women's bodies. When we bring up this topic, to a great extent, let's be honest, right? A lot of women play a lot of part in the objectification of women's bodies. When a lot of women, you go to an office, you see the men dressed, suit and tie, whatever. If women never show cleavage, they never start work. Is it in a party? If they never show this, they never show that, we never show that, they never start. To a great extent, we are the ones bringing ourselves down. We are the ones. Like I said, we came out of stone ages. We enter where, okay, now there is fabric, people are covering their bodies. Men remained covered. And women will come and shout, equality or whatever. But at the end of the day, women play this role. A lot of women, not all of us, play this role of making it. See, our body is not all we are. We are more than our bodies. Let me tell you guys. You can have the most beautiful body in the world, but guess what? You don't need to prove it to anybody. Let me say this aspect, right? Okay, one of the things that I learned from training as a nurse in, when we say abroad, is they taught us something about respecting everybody's, how do I even explain it? I'll give an example. For example, if a patient comes into the hospital and the patient is a Muslim, but I'm not a Muslim, right? Do you know, like when patients come in, we take in their details. You find out their faith and religion, whatever, all of those things. If somebody is Muslim, Hindu, whatever they say they are, you have to, that is one of those things. Tolerance, that's what I was looking for. You're taught tolerance in the sense that because you're not part of that faith, doesn't mean you should not respect that person's faith. For example, the biggest example I can give is, the way the Muslims will have halal food. If I have a patient as a Muslim, I have to tell the kitchen staff that, okay, I actually have a Muslim patient. And they have to make sure that that patient's food, like the meat or whatever, is halal meat. There is a way they kill the animal in their faith. So I have to make sure that I inform them of that. But for example, I used to work in a theater, and when the patient comes out and they tell me it's a Muslim patient, if it's a female patient, we have to put like a rail around them, like to give them privacy, because by their faith, they shouldn't be exposed, because they always come out with just the hospital gown. That's what they go into theater with. So when they come out, you have to give them that extra privacy because their faith says women should not be exposed and stuff like that. I'm not a Muslim, but I do that because, okay, that is your faith. I respect that. And I provide for your needs according to your faith. Or somebody comes and they say they are this faith. If you don't even know, you have to go and start checking to find out more information about that faith. And you do according to... So that has taught me to a great extent to respect people's faith no matter what. I'm not a member of their faith, but, so the same thing when it comes to dressing. I respect everybody's decision to dress the way they like. I respect. But I also sit back and I ask myself, why? Another area I want to speak about when it comes to the tolerance or whatever. I believe also that even when you dress, I personally feel like you should have a bit of a consideration for others. Because everybody that came to that party do not want to see you like that. They may look and look away, but they've already seen it. They can't unsee it. What about, this is how I feel about it. Guys, please leave your opinions in the comment section as always, right? I'm actually going to ask this as a question, right? And let's all rub minds. Let's all, speak our opinions. So when it even comes to your freedom to do what you like, or your freedom to dress how you like or whatever, if we want to think about that aspect. But even when it comes to that, your freedom, shouldn't there be a bit of consideration for others? Do you know what I mean? Because you're going into a gathering. I don't even know if children were there. Would it be okay for children to see a grown woman like that? Is it considerate of somebody to come there dressed like that when there are people there, men or women, that do not necessarily feel comfortable to see your body in that way? I'm not here to condemn anybody, but I really want us to have this conversation, right? Shouldn't there be a bit of consideration for other people? Like, what's it called? Thinking about the fact that there are so many people that do not want, how do I even phrase this? So should we always make it all about this is how I want to dress? I don't care how other people feel about it. Should we be considerate and say, okay, I wouldn't want to expose children to this? Do you know what I mean? I'm going to a place where there may be children in the gathering. You know, she must have come out of the car. And when she came out, there may be children walking past. You know, in that party, I don't know, there may be children there. Or even there may be adults, men or women, that do not want to see that. Should people be considerate of others? Or should it be about, it doesn't matter, it's all I want, as far as I'm happy, nothing else matters? I want to make it an open discussion. Honestly, I'm very tolerant about, you know, people have a choice to do what they want to do. But sometimes I'm wondering, is there really, you know, a line where are people crossing a line, if that makes sense, where to a great extent people can respect your choices, but at the same time, you know, be considerate to others when it comes to turning up in a gathering. For example, a parent that is there with young children wouldn't want their young children to see that. Do you know what I mean? And I'm a fan of we as women rethinking this thing about, you know, always using, so men are handsome, as in handsome in all areas, even if they were to take off clothes, right? But they don't prove it. There's no need. Men don't come out and see the need to prove it to anybody. Men still have their clothes on, regardless of the environment. Men always turn up with clothes on. Why is it that it's we women that have kept on reducing and reducing and reducing to the point where we are basically coming out basically with barely anything on? That's what I keep wondering. Is it necessary? I'm not going to tell this lady how to dress, but I really wanted us to have this conversation. You know, let's rub minds in the comment section. Let me know what your opinions are about this. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.